It's all gone wrong for the Giants. The offense is as low as it's been all season, and that's saying something after their horrendous opening week. They've scored 8 runs in 5 games on their current road trip and lost them all. They took leads into the 9th inning twice, despite their putrid output at the plate, just for the bullpen to blow it both times. The guys that started the year rough have begun to hit the ball, just for guys behind them to ground into double plays. It stinks even more that their headline starters are giving them great outings and chances to win just for the offense to let them down, or the bullpen to let a lead slide when they get one. They have the talent. Management has invested into Willy Adames, Rafael Devers, Matt Chapman, Luis Arraez, and are still stuck with a lineup that is middling at the plate. After the season-ending loss to the Suns, Kerr told the media he would need a long look at where management wants to take the franchise before deciding whether or not to return as head coach. It's clear what's going on. The decision is ultimately going to be Kerr's to make, and it depends on how much Dunleavy and Lacob want to invest in an aging roster who wants one last run at a title. If Dunleavy and Lacob say they want to tear it down, Kerr should be gone. He shouldn't want to stick around for a rebuild or anything that strays from their immediate desire to win for a championship. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and potentially Draymond Green, should he take his player option, have 1 year left together before they would all hit free agency at the same time. And it's not hard to imagine they would have all the same questions next offseason. This decision may be a joint one between Kerr and management, but it's apparent the onus is on the guys at the very top. After spending day 1 of the NFL draft trading down, the 49ers got the party started on day 2 with a bit of a surprise. They took wide receiver Dejon Stribling with the first pick in the second round. Now, it is apparent there are other areas the 49ers should address more than wide receiver, but Stribling has the speed and durability to elevate their receiving room. He's built like a number 1 wide receiver and excels in the yards after contact category that has defined past 49ers offenses. Adding Mike Evans and Christian Kirk this offseason clearly was not enough for Kyle Shanahan, as he gets a receiver who he can count on being on his roster after 2026. Adding a big, fast pass catcher for Brock Purdy is a step forward for a team whose strength is getting the ball to guys that make plays in the open field. Stribling fits the 49ers formula like a glove. The 49ers finished the NFL draft with 8 new additions to the roster, and if you're into draft grades, you'll know the consensus response to their selections wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. They used a 33rd overall pick on wide receiver Dejon Stribling, who was much less regarded by the experts than the 49ers. They waited until the 4th round to take an offensive lineman, even though the unit is still a major concern, even after Trent Williams just signed a new contract. At face value, the draft class looks like the team reached a lot, but the only evaluations that matter are from people that select the players, and the 49ers brass plays the game their own way. The Giants made headline moves in advance of their latest homestand, including the call-ups of Bryce Eldridge and Jesus Rodriguez. A high-powered Eldridge can be the spark this slumping offense needs. He was the team's best hitter in spring training and has been doing real damage at the AAA level. Rodriguez, who was acquired in the Camilo Doval trade last July, becomes an immediate beacon of hope for the Giants' catching position. With Daniel Susac unavailable and Patrick Bailey continuing to underperform at the plate, the power of hitting Rodriguez can lift the production from the position. The Giants simply have too many everyday players not performing to standard, and these moves signal that the management has had enough. After weeks of uncertainty, rumors, and drama, Steve Kerr re-signs to return as the Warriors' head coach for 2 more seasons. It was an up-and-down couple of weeks after the Warriors lost to the Suns in the play-in tournament when Kerr suggested that it could be time for someone new. The behind-closed-doors conversations with Mike Dunleavy and Joe Lacob didn't help. But the bottom line is, Kerr still wants to be in the thick of NBA competition. He left the front office role and television analysis to be in the day-to-day, high-level basketball routine. Steph Curry wants him to stay, and it could be a positive for Draymond Green should he take his player option. Kerr's extension shows the veterans on the team that management is still willing to do what it can to win now, even with the post-Curry era around the corner. And it shows the fans that there might be gas in the tank for one last push at a championship with the greatest player to ever wear the Warriors uniform.